There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help.
Das ist sehr seltsam. Mit dem Typen wollte er auch nicht reden. Okay. Gibt es vielleicht irgendwie einen Keller? Da führten sie ja eventuell hin. Ha. Das sind bestimmte Rätsel für später noch. Police Station Sign? Alter! Diese Steuerung. Wie er läuft. Ich laufe auf der Scheibe. Moonwalk. Woohoo. So.
Psst, Doc!
Morty, have you found my younger self yet?
Well, I met younger self. Where have you been? What are you doing in jail? Yeah.
Well, I met your younger self.
Great.
And I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
Emmet says he's not a scientist. Younger self. Sure, ich kann das ganz schlecht lesen. Sure matters a lot. This is pointed to the law. Okay, sagt man, er ist kein
I
Scientist.
tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Oh, Father.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections. So I carefully kept them under wraps, practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him. But right now, my younger self probably thinks you've been sent by my father to check up on me.
So, wie kann ich ihn davon überzeugen, dass er mir
What do
trauen
I
kann?
do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure.
Na toll. Trust me. Da, 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 da.
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
Okay. Und scheint
Why does your younger
vielbeschäftigt
self
zu sein.
mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
The expo?
Yes, the Expo.
No, Mutter.
How could I have forgotten? In a few months, the younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure, one which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
Ja, okay. Aber vielleicht kann ich mit ihm über die Expo reden. Can get the... trust me. Und tschüss.
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget, we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Ja, schöner Wortspiel. Schönes Wortspiel. Wir haben eine Deadline. So, ich versuche mal mit ihm zu reden. Vielleicht kann ich jetzt mit ihm über die Expo reden. Und dann... diese Steuerung. Ich muss mal, wenn der Bildschirm wechselt, kurz den Mauszeiger loslassen. Dann, den Mauszeiger, den Stick. Dann kann ich in die richtige Richtung steuern. Emmet! Emmet! Emmet, du willst doch auch.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Nein.
Emmet, about
Don't
your...
say it. Missing here.
Ich
Will
will
you
doch...
just give me a chance?
Mann!
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Lass uns über die Expo reden.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Nee, ist auch das Gleiche.
Ja,
Kennen wir
nein.
schon, kennen wir schon. Ja.
Emmet,
Age expectation value, but only if the course is-
Okay, wie kann ich ihm beweisen, dass ich auch ein Scientist bin?
Oh, let's stop.
Einstein? Oh, wo bist du denn? Hallo, da drüben. Hey, hallo. Hallo. Hallo, ich will mit dir reden. Hallo. Bleib stehen. Bleib stehen. Lauf doch nicht so schnell. Ich glaube, er hat Angst. Was habe ich denn hier noch? Shark? Das war's. Mehr kann ich nicht angucken. Das ist was. Was? Flophouse, okay. Dann haben wir hier was. Barbershop. Okay. Station Store. Vielleicht.
I wonder who really burned down the speakeasy.
Ich hätte gedacht, vielleicht, weil. Hier ist aber viel los. Was ist das? Law Office Store.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty.
Ja. So, okay. Also, was gibt's denn hier? Gibt's denn hier noch was? Nee, aber was ist denn hier neben noch gleich gewesen?
I don't need anything in there, and I don't have any money.
Ach Gott, ich stehe gerade ein bisschen auf Schlauch hier. Wollte ich euch mal ein bisschen was zeigen zum Wochenende und dann sowas. Barbershop Door hatten wir auch alles. Ich muss ihm zeigen, dass wir irgendwas entkommen haben. Da hätte ich schon wieder einen Tipp abgucken. Hallo, hatte ich mich schon angeguckt. Bank Door. Grrr. Wahrscheinlich facepalmt ihr schon alle jetzt. Wer läuft? Ja. Habe ich denn irgendwas im Inventar? Habe ich. Aber nichts, was ich in Foto aufsetzen kann. Eigentlich wollte ich mir das bloß angucken. Aber was auch immer.
I love my dad and grandpa, but I'm kind of happy I get my looks from mom.
Ja. So, Alter. Gehen wir mal da rein.
Who are you and what do you want?
Can I talk to, Carl Sagan?
Are you his lawyer?
No.
Then scram.
Okay, also ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass wir irgendwie den jungen Doc Brown dazu bringen müssen, sich mit dem Fall von Emmet, von dem alten Doc Brown zu beschäftigen. Die Frage ist jetzt nur, was muss ich triggern, um das rauszukriegen?
Psst, Doc!
Morty, how goes the escape plan?
So, what do you yourself? Where have you been? What are you doing in jail? I saw my grandpa. Ah,
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
No!
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's tannin is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right, Sylvia.
I saw my grandpa. Ich frage ihn einfach mal alles
How'd you
durch.
wind up in jail in 1931 anyway?
During my trip to the past, I decided to look into one of Hill Valley's unsolved mysteries.
The fire at the speakeasy.
Exactly. I thought I was safely hidden across the street. But when the fire started, there was a tremendous explosion, and I was knocked unconscious by a stray brick. When I woke up, I was here in jail, charged with arson.
That's horrible.
I know. Worse yet, I still don't know who started the fire.
Where have you been all this time? I missed you.
I've missed you too, Marty. But I thought it was important to let you live your own life for a while, free from the insanity of time travel.
I gotta admit, it was nice to not have my family history blowing up in my face for a few months.
Besides, I've been busy raising my own unpredictable teenagers.
So, mal gucken.
I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a
Ich drehe
spy?
mich gerade im Kreis.
I'm not sure.
Why is the expo making you matter?
What
Ah,
does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self is working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know, h to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
Can I figure out what your younger you is mumbling about? How can I get some... Trust me?
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
Ich
Let's talk about your younger
weiß.
self's problems later.
Okay.
Ah, er meinte, er würde sich am liebsten selbst hören. Und wir haben es dafür. Komm. Wir müssen über die Straße. Jetzt weiß ich's. Diese Kamera. Hä? So. Ah, da ist er. Okay. Emmet. Okay, liebe Freunde. Tape Recorder with Emmet.
Oh, think, Emmet, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. Only if the coefficient
Ein bisschen Angst macht der gute Emmet einem ja. So, jetzt kann ich mich damit zurück zu Doc Brown. Zu Doc Brown. Das hört sich gerade so ein bisschen an wie Jimmy aus South Park Game. Scheiße. Sehr lustiges Spiel. So.
Doc!
I recorded your mothering.
So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmet, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals a Hamiltonian operator.
Won't
What?
giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
Was?
So,
It'll be fine.
Okay. Ich habe kein Wort verstanden, aber wird schon richtig sein. What was the formula again? How's the family? What are you doing in jail? Nee.
what was H again?
The Hamiltonian operator.
Got it.
Hamiltonian operator. Operator. Okay.
Hang in there, Doc.
Not the best.
Ja, Entschuldigung. Hamiltonian Operator. Oh Gott, ich werde garantiert irgendwas Falsches anklicken und mich dann total zum Klops machen. Aber ich bin auch Marty McFly. Ich darf mich zum Klops machen, weil dabei bin ich cool. Komm, Emmet! Emmet!
coefficient of friction
Ah,
remains and the
Emmet!
gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible? Now if H stands for the one-dimensional
Rechts, Papa.
harmonic
Emmet!
oscillator, then...
Emmet!
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Do you equal the Hamiltonian...
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator.
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is a Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head
Great
all
Scott!
week!
That's heavy.
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
I'm from the plane. Vulkan. Entschuldigung, aber es sind so schöne Referenzen an die alten Teile. I'm from the future. I really love Jules Verne. Oh ja, Jules Verne.
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket power drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Okay. I need your rocket drill. I need your rocket drill. I need your rocket drill. Was? I need your rocket drill. I really need your rocket drill. Also, es fällt mir schwer, mir was auszusuchen.
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
Was ein neue operational rocket? Ein full size model? I need it tonight.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done. I
McCoy.
mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered this subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
Shh! It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Das war ein bisschen viel Information gerade für mein Englisch heute. Ich bin ein wenig eingerostet. So, also irgendwas müssen wir machen. Ich habe vergessen was. Ich gucke mir das mal kurz an. So, Murder enlists 8 of Doc's younger self to construct a rocket drill break. Das habe ich verstanden. Okay, um das irgendwie zu basteln, braucht er irgendwie jede Menge Alkohol. Und Alkohol ist in 1931 die ganze Zeit der Prohibition in Amerika nicht so einfach zu bekommen. Emmet Browns needs deliver subpoena before. Was ist denn eine Subpoena? Das kann ich leider nicht ganz übersetzen. He can quit for day. And he need a barrel of... Okay, genau. Also Alkohol. Was ist denn eine Subpoena? Ja, ein Google-Übersetzer wäre jetzt super.